Hey guys, so I'm going to talk to you guys about not judging people with autism or a group of people with autism, including the friends and family and spouses who are caring for people with autism, without getting to know them or knowing their situation. I have seen a lot of people with autism, including myself, get judged or bullied or targeted or excluded because either they don't like us for being autistic or that there's a lack of understanding for people with autism, especially for the people who are caring for people with autism. And people would just take one look at them and assume that, oh, these family are problematic or something like that. That is only what people will say or assumed, but in actuality, you really don't know their situation or even know what it's like to live with autism or having to care for someone with autism until you actually walk a mile in their shoes or actually having to experience what it's like to deal with that type of stuff. And most people don't or just simply don't care. But what I would like to see change is that instead of just judging or assuming or bullying or targeting people with autism or just simply excluding them because either they don't have an understanding for people with autism or just don't like them for being autistic, take the time to actually get to know them and know their situation. And maybe you might learn a thing or two about them and what they have to offer. And if you really want to have an understanding for people with autism, you need to take the time to sit down with them and talk to them or and learn about it or do your research. Don't go around judging, making assumptions, bullying or harassing or targeting people with autism or even excluding them from activities because you don't understand or know what it's like for people that are living with autism to have to deal with that type of stuff. And and I've seen this happen a lot of time. I've experienced it that myself. But instead of just doing all that, take the time to understand people with autism. Take the time to learn about autism. Get to know them and see what the big picture is because what you see on the outside is only a fraction of what the individual person with autism is going through. And they may not always tell you exactly what's going on, but deep down they are dealing with a lot. Even doing the simple task for a lot of people with autism can be a challenge. And what's making it even harder for all of us is that we have to deal with bullying, harassment, being targeted for being autistic, or being judged or being portrayed as this and that when it's not true, or being excluded from activities because people don't understand about what it's like to live with autism, or they just simply don't care because in their minds they'd be like, well, we don't want to deal with this problem or we don't want to be held liable. Well, this isn't about being held liable or not being able to deal with. This is about people being ignorant and judgmental of people with autism, and they just make assumption about us and then just decided that they're gonna make their final decision and base it off of their own judgment when they don't know the person with autism. They don't know the struggles they go through or what it's like to go through all that or having to deal with all this negativity going around. And just recently, I just found out some idiot who was apparently in the medical field or held some type of government um, position decided to make a false statement that autism destroys family and that autism is a disease. That is a form of bullying and representation, or whatever you like to call it, and that is actually a form of judging and prejudice and a representation of the amount of ignorance and how evil and mean and nasty people can be towards people with autism. We already have to deal with enough of all of this negativity and hate that's going around about people with autism, and to have to deal with people constantly judging us or excluding us or targeting us or bullying us doesn't make it any easier for us. So if you really want to help us out and actually make it a little easier for us, take the time to get to know us. Take the time to see what's really going on. Take the time to understand and educate yourself about autism. And maybe you might learn a few things or two. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but it's real. I could just easily simply say, stop judging us and educate yourself about autism, but since people don't hear enough about it, sometimes it's good to repeat yourself until the message gets across. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But in order to help and understand people with autism and make this world a better place, stop judging us, stop making assumptions about us, stop bullying and harassing us, stop spreading hate and misinformation about us, and stop excluding us from activities that you don't believe is suitable for us. And also, be kind and show love and compassion, and only then we can make this world a better place. That's all I have for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that notification button, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video. And until next time, stay classy, and I'll see you all in the next video.